Alright, thank you so much, and my name is Victor, and I just woke up this morning and I decided, because I was going to do a flyer for one of my clients, so I decided I show you my process of why I do it. And today we'll be doing a Happy Sunday flyer, because in my time here it's Sunday. It depends with when you are watching. So to get started now, I'm on my Photoshop and I'm using Photoshop Beta. That is the 2023 beta program. So just create new file, and then I'll change these to pixels. Then I always use 2000 by 2000. I crank up my resolution all the way to around 150 pixels PPI. Always use the PPI. That's too much. Let me use 150. Then I will say name will be Happy Sunday. I'll say create. So before I do anything else, I first save my design file. The save as. I will locate where I always save my projects, so that will be projects, Adobe Works, Adobe Photoshop, then it will be July designs. Then I'll save it there. Actually I'll say 02, no 03, like that. I'll open one of the other flyers that I've done for Afiki, like this one, and I'll open. So this is one of the designs that I've done for them. So because it's a brand and we have to be consistent, so it's good we stay using the same fonts, the same elements every time, okay, for that consistency. So it's good to be different, but when it comes to cases of brand, you have to maintain the brand assets that have been given by your brand manager. So I'm only going to use a few things here, like the logo. So let me check. Here it's the logo. I've put it on a folder, so just copy that. Now come to my new files, and before anything else I'm going to create guides. So how do I create guides? These guides here, the ones that will show me where my design will rest. So I'm just going to view, then I'll go to guides, and then I will say new guide layout. In my case, you're seeing it is giving me those rows, the columns, but that is not what I want. So I'm just going to turn off that, and then I'll create the margins instead. My margins are 20 pixels, but I don't want 20. I want to increase it maybe to 100. Yes, 100, 100, and bottom 100, and also right 100, like that. And now I can say create. There we go. Now we have our margins. So what I'm going to do, it's going to go Control V or Command V if you are in Mac to paste your logo. So that logo, I'm just going to put it there, like that. So the logo does not come with this shape. How did I create this shape? I'm just going to show you very easy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this logo again and duplicate it outside the group. I'm just going to show you very fast how I made that. So I just took a rectangle, then on the bottom of my logo I'll just create a layer, and then I'll create a rectangle like this. Okay, so I'll make sure it has no stroke and the fill is white. After that, what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to use my shape tool again, and you see these handles, these corner handles, these ones, these round buttons. Just going to press Alt, or you are just going to hold your Alt key on Windows, and then you click one of these and drag. This means that you are going to adjust that corner separately. It will only affect that and not the others. Let me just undo. I show you something. If you don't hold your Alt key and try to adjust this corner, you are just going to adjust all of the corners at the same time, but I don't want that. So that's why I'm holding my Alt key. I think in Mac it's Option, and then I'll click and drag this like that. And after I do that, the rest is very easy. Just double click your layer, and then it will bring your layer styles. So what I did, I just did a drop shadow, a very small one. I will reduce the opacity like that, and boom, there we have our shape. So after that, I grouped them and then I named it logo. Then I will drag it at the edge of my design. Very easy, not very hard. So let me delete that. So now I have our logo. I'll just save because I may lose the power and I'm using desktop here. So now remember, this is unscripted. I have not planned anything. I haven't sat down and planned for my design. So if you are new, don't do this, because it's also good to do a research of what you want to do. So if you are beginning your design career, at least find some time and do a research. But because personally I've been doing this for quite some time, sometimes I may decide not to do a research and just eliminate what I think on my mind. So where can you do a research? There are so many places. Let me minimize this. And personally I use Pinterest. So when I'm in Pinterest, I can just type Sunday or Happy Sunday social media design, like that, and then it will give me some inspirations. See, so we always say that there is nothing new. Everything you see has been created in one way or the other. So what we'll normally do is just do some improvements and call it a design. Okay, so in here I get a lot of inspirations, images, and gather inspiration. So the next thing I always do is that I find a good image to use. Okay, where can you find the images? Personally I use Canva. Canva has lots of images that you can use. So I always create a design like 600 by 4000 pixels. Then I'll go to elements. I'll come to elements, then I'll come to photos, and then I'll give it a prompt like this one, and then it will give me some nice ideas that I can use. Like you see this one, looks kind of great. Also this one looks good, so let's go with this. The rest you can be doing, you can do the search based on what you need. So what I do after I do that, I just say share, and then I'll say download the image. I'll change from PNG. I'll not do transparent background. I'm just going to change from PNG to JPEG, and then I'll make sure the size is 100%, and then I'm going to download that. I always save these on my images, stock images, portraits. This is where I save them. You can see I have so many, so I'll call these 101. After that, then I'll locate my image and I'll drag it to my design. 101. Don't know why it's not working when I'm here. If I drag something to my program, it's not working. I have to minimize. Then I'll open my beta. I'm going to open that image. Open. I will locate it. It's in stock, it's in portraits. So after I open it, I will just drag it because there is no background that I need to remove here. Most of my design will be white, so I'll just click and drag it to that tab, and then I release it. And before I start scaling my image, I always convert into smart object like that. Then I'll press Ctrl T, and I'll scale my image down just like that. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a layer mask, and then I'll fade it a little like this one. I'm going to fade it like that just to blend it. Ensure that you don't blend even there. Please have it pop through like that. So I'll just take my type tool and then I'll type Ava blessed like that. I'm going to change the font to Montserrat. It's not a must to use Montserrat. Then I'm going to reduce the kerning to around -50. That is Ava blessed. I'm going to reduce the size like that. Then I'll duplicate that and I'll say Sunday like that. This one can be in the middle. Then I'm just going to do another one. I'll say service. I'll start with capital S like that. And then I'm going to change the font of that one to something like there is a font I always like, but I'm not able to see it here. So let me install that font quickly. So most of the time I use different sites. There is like Da Font, there is Fonts Hub, there is USA fonts. So let's go to like USA fonts and then check that font. It's called Autograf, if I'm not wrong. Yes, this is the font that I need. So just say download. It gives you some time to wait. So you have to be patient for the next 40 seconds. There is no script here, so we'll click one of these, then now cancel. I don't want to share that. Now download it. Actually, I'm just going to put it on my desktop for now. Save. Start download. Close. It's already downloaded. Okay, we are good. Refresh. I'm just going to extract the font. I will delete this one. Going to open. I will select everything except the font. Then I will delete that. Then I will install the Autograf. There we go. Done. The font has installed. I'll come back to my design and I'll change this. So type Autograf. Here we are. Good. This is one of my best fonts that I like using. I'll make it 0 and then I'll reduce the size like that. Not too much, just a little. Like that. I think that looks cool. Okay, a blessed Sunday service. Push this one. Then I'll group these, I'll open them up. Like that. Okay. Then I have to make sure that this one is extra bold. Do extra bold like that. Then I'll apply my brand colors. Okay. So this one, or maybe we can finish the design first before we start applying that. So I'll create this rectangle here, like that. I'll make sure it has no stroke. Then this one I'll make it white, like that. At least now it's kind of balanced, like that. Looks good. Have a blessed Sunday. Okay. Then I'll get some caption. Okay, make it black. I'll reduce font size to around 10 and I'll paste it there. And increase not bold, actually I use medium. Increase the size like that. That looks good. I like it already. Then I'll cut this. Put it there, the bottom, like that. This one I will bold a little bit. We'll use bold, just a little, not too much, like that. That looks good. Actually, let me align them to the left. I kind of like left alignment. Looks so good. So left aligned, yeah, much better. Right, that looks good. At least for spacing purposes, let me up that a little bit. Then this one down a little bit, like that. Then after that, I'm just going to create that footer on the bottom. I'll make sure I'm below the model layer. Then I'll create kind of background. Oh, now this is where the problem comes in and calls me to to remove the background. Anyway, let's try remove background. Okay. Photoshop has been so good for us nowadays, so just with a click of button and things works our way. So now I'll space that one there. I'll make sure it's not getting out. I'm going to use some of these elements down here and put them to the other side. Okay, so like the case of number, just going to copy it, and then it's good to group your elements like this. Good to group them actually like that. I'll call these heading, and this I'll call it verse of the day. Actually, let me put it down like that, and then I'll do verse of the day. Like that. It's not a must you do that. And maybe you do an underline. Like that. Ensure that there is no outline. Give it a fair. It's not hard to do. Actually, I'm trying to show you as many elements as possible, so that when you get started it will be so easy for you. So what I'll do now, I'll collect all this and I'll call this one verse, Bible verse. I'll put it at the bottom a little bit. that. I'll up this a little, just a little, like that. Then I'll bring the number, copy, create a new layer. I'll paste it here. It is our mobile number. That, and you may ask, where do I get the icons? You can just come to the browser. Let me say this. To get these social media icons, you can just come to your browser and type social. That's contact. Contact icon, like that. Because Photoshop has made things so easy for us. So you can just scope one here, like this one. Looks good. Yeah, let it load. So just copy this, copy image. I'll come to my program and I'll paste it here. And then what I do next is that I bring it there. I use my magic wand tool. I clear the white. Done. Done, done, moved. Even this one move. Then after that I convert it to smart object so that I can scale it, and then I apply a layer style of color overlay and I give it white. Pretty easy. Then I'll drag it to my left side like that, and then I reduce the size of it like that. And the mobile number, we can have it bold. That. So that's how easy I do it. But to avoid the instances of repeating the same thing every time, I have a file that I created. It is in this folder. Design resources, icons. Should be in one of these. Let me see if I open this. Yes, here we are. So I have some of these icons here with me. So because I also want to put these social media icons, I'll just use my rectangular. I'll drag them here. I'll go to the second one, Instagram. I'll drag it there, and the last one I'm just going to use Twitter, like that. Move it to the other side. Then I'll convert all of them to smart object. Why am I converting to smart object? Maybe it's good I show you why. And let me first group this, group, and I'll scale them down like that, just a small tiny piece. Then the rest is arranging them, that, and like that. Just arranging them. Maybe I need to scale them more. That. Just a little more. Looks cool. Like that, and then what I will do next is that I'll type here at Rafiki concepts, like that. Like that. So difficult, just something like that. Pretty easy. So I think we are done for that. That is now the design in black and white. Always when designing, make sure that your design can work in black and white. Maybe to add a flavor, I'll just type cross on a white background. Let's use this one instead. I'll just copy it. I'll come to my design at the bottom. I'll paste it there. I'll open it up like that, like that. Then we'll fade it X. I'll fade it like that. Then I'll reduce opacity to around 25. So let me use even 50. Something like that, looks cool. And I think we are done with that design. What I'm going to do now is apply our brand colors to blend this thing pretty easy. So this one, I'm just going to use this color. This one, I'm just going to use this color. This one, I'm going to use the same color. Or this one, can be both. Let me use that. This one, I'm going to use this color. This, same as this. That, like that. I'll leave that to that. This one, I'm going to use this. Boom. This one, I'm going to use this. This. And the icons, these ones, I'm going to use color overlay. I'm going to use this color. And all done. Pretty easy. So what I'll do, for this one I'll call it social media. What's this now? So this is all called footer. Contact. And this one, it's good. That is okay. That's okay. This background. And because of time, I'm just going to grab it. This website. Copy. Paste. Should have added the website there. Yes, that's okay now. Now do camera filter, temperature a little, clarity a little, shadows a little, then vibrance a little, and boom, there we go. Save that. Then I'll go to file, export, save as the web. I'll save on my desktop, save. And guys, that was the unscripted edition of this design. I just woke up this morning and I decided to share my thoughts with you. So thank you so much for those who have been watching. Please, if you want me to keep on producing this kind of content, feel free to subscribe to my channel, and not only subscribing, turn on the bell ring so that you can get notified the moment I release another video. So it was pleasure having you, and without much ado, see you on the next one. If you want us to do such kind of designs, feel free to inbox us or send us a message. The contacts are on the description. Thank you so much, and see you on the next one. Goodbye.